Hello my lovelies. It's a day belated, but it doesn't matter. I got around to it today. So today I'm doing something very special. As in not special, I'm doing something a bit different today. Okay, I am going to be using the Irish full brass with the Gillette Ruby on its last use, that is its 5th use today. It will be its 5th use, so that will be the last one. So I will load this first and you will see. I might have to do this video in bits. Have I just cut my finger on that blade? No, I think I just about got away with it. Trying to pull it out the cover. Okay, this is a 3-piece. I do not think you can get these in the full brass anymore, but you can get the brass handle and a different head. I got this from Manly and it is a fantastic razor. It's cheap and it works a dream. So this is a mid razor, mid aggressiveness. And it does have a hangover. Hangover? Over. Oh, that's already a good start. Maya, what have you had for breakfast? No alcohol. The soap I'm going to be using is Signature Soaps Britannia with aniseed, spearmint and peppermint. I love these soaps and they're all essential oils, all natural. So I'm going to go today from the top down. Okay, so why am I saying that? I'm going to be using for my face the lovely Arctic Sky Deep Blue Caravelle Knot brush. I swapped it with Flash for my Arctic Lake Caravelle, the green one in other words. So I swapped that. Then I'm going to be doing my underarms with, this is the safest way for me to do it. And this is my FFS razor. It's a bit grubby, I've just noticed. There's still soap on the handle. FFS razor, it's a cartridge, it's a 6-blade razor. Okay, that's what I'm going to do with that. That'll come next. Then I shall be doing, and this is my favorite shavette from the ones that I've had. That's a Birker Solingen German shavette. This is olive wood and it's been treated, and I have now. Was that a 7 o'clock green? I think it's a 7 o'clock, Gillette 7 o'clock green blade in there on its 3rd use. So I'll be doing my arms with this one. And then because I need to practice and because it's new, I got myself a cheap Birker Reproduction Straight. And that's a Cyril and Salter straight. It is shave ready. All I need to do is hone it, which I can practice. I have a strop here. I will practice it and I'll try to do my legs with this. But bear with me, I might have to do this video in 2 parts, depending on how my back plays up. So, as I said, it is shave ready. Shave ready, I have tried it. It is sharp, and because I'm going to get myself a proper one, I need to do the stropping and the honing and all of that, practice it with the chibi. Right, I told you the soap I have in here. In the bottom about 1 gram, maybe a tiny bit more. The bowl is too heavy for my scales to weigh it. And for the shave of the legs and the arms, or I don't know about the arms, but definitely the legs I'm going to be using. This is an Omega 49 I think it's 49 Professional boar hair. It needs a bit of breaking in, so I'm going to be using that. Okay, next to me I have lukewarm water with a flannel, and I have drawn up my usual 1.5 teaspoons, 7.5 mils to you. And now let's get going with the lathering. So I'm going to put in my bowl here a 1/2 teaspoon straight off. This is a Crope Signature Soaps is a Crope. I'll just show you what it looks like on the inside. Yeah, it looks a bit messy, but they're super, super good. And the scent out the tub, you can smell mainly aniseed and peppermint. That's me just talking a lot and too fast. So don't worry, I'm not ill at all. The wind this morning was pretty cold, I must say. And when you're walking out in the wind, and I have a habit when I'm walking and going faster, sometimes breathe in through the mouth. So then I get like a very dry throat. Okay, let's move on, Maya. Let's get on to the lathering. I might have to top up because it is, as I said, a big shave. Dipping in my Arctic Lake, no, not Arctic Lake, Arctic Sky Deep Blue. There we go. Off we go. You see how wonderful the soap lathers up. It's super easy. I shouldn't have pasted that down a bit better. I have little bits floating around of the soap. And now the scent, I was going to say out the tub it's maybe a 4, but it is now developing. And I'm already getting a 6. And you can see I already need some more water. So I'm adding another 1/2 teaspoon. So I have a full teaspoon in here right now. And I might be adding bit and bit and bit and bit because I have quite a bit at the bottom, but I will need that for the boar brush for the legs. So I'm hoping my husband is keeping himself busy watching television, so he's not going to come up and make lots of noise, which he normally does, or starts telephoning and shouting, because he's always shouts on the telephone. That's now the full 1.5 teaspoons in here. And most of the soap is in the brush, as you can tell. And it is already really glossy and beautifully creamy. And I still have soap in the bottom, which I will use up a bit later. I chose this bowl because it does carry a lot of lather. I could have chosen the silicone dog bowl, but I wanted to go with the smooth one today. So let's get on with this. Change the camera again. Okay, let's get my face wet. I think this is more of a nervous cough, and as I said, from the cold wind rather than anything else. Okay, I have 2 small spots here. I hope I'm not going to cut them open. Okay, so the Gillette is in, the Gillette Ruby. I'm skew, aren't I, darlings? I'm sorry for that. Let's see if I can adjust this a bit. This is pepper. This is licorice and peppermint delight all in one. I prefer peppermint to menthol, especially in this combo, because it doesn't make your eyes water. Okay, let's get this done, girl. I got something in my mouth. Okay, here we go. Actually, I didn't time this, but this might be also a 10-minute challenge. I didn't time it, but you saw it wasn't that long. It was more talking. You can time it for me on the actual video. The only thing I will be editing is putting some comments on if I've forgotten something. Hang on, here's a hair. A fluff. So that's one pass. One round done. Next round. Wipey wipe. Wipe the face. Put the soap on. This is so creamy, so slick. This is exactly what you need also for shavettes and for straights. Maybe a little thinner, that's why I said I will be using then the bore, because the water will make everything a bit thinner, and I'll just add more. Well, my last book I used was a bit of a disaster, as you noticed, because I'd put a Proraso pre-shave cream underneath. That was a big mistake. It got so sticky and it just did not want to go. I had no glide whatsoever. I tell you what, that's already so close. Let's go a third. Pick up. Have you timed this, guys? Where is it? I think one can say this was the 10-minute challenge, because I am nearly done on the face. Right, let's dry it. Ah, this after feel, it feels so good, this soap, I can tell you. It's one of the best soaps, bases I have. And it's really economic. I'm looking for my toner. Here we go. Balancing toner. This has alpha hydroxy acids in it, so will firm up the skin as well. Any bit of help one can get. Aloe toner. And I'm using today my Gentleman's Pride. I don't think I've used this for a while, because I've had so many other lovely things. Shake and shake, shake and shake and shake it. This is actually already a bit too much, I know it is. So I'll just go way up. The scent stays on quite a long while as well. So that's the face done. Did you check the time? I hope it's 10 minutes, because then I've done the challenge as well as the shave all in one. So now let me just pause you guys, and I'm going to take this top off and I'm going to do the arms next. Okay, excuse me for the way I look. I'm wearing my husband's undershirt, really. There you go. So I am now using the ball brush, which I have soaking whilst we were talking. I had just put it in before we started talking. I've taken the rest of the lather out of the caravel knot and put it into the bowl, so there is quite a lot still left. So I'm just going to refreshen that and load the brush a bit more. There is enough water in the brush, so I won't be adding water. I'm just loading the brush with the lather that I already have in here. And I already can see for the rest I will need more. So here we go. Let's just get that done here. I'm going to be so minty fresh. And here goes my FFS metal handle soft grip cartridge. It's the easiest way, the quickest way. Where I don't hurt myself. And I can go in any direction I like without having to think about it. And get a complete BBS. I don't turn my nose up. Any kind of shaving, however people want to do it. I think if you have the tools, just try to be as responsible as possible with the waste and what you use. Otherwise, I don't really care. Okay, next side. This ball brush is amazingly soft, even though when you get it and it's dry, it feels super bristly. It's not. This cartridge, I think, is on its, must be its 12th use now. I think I'm going to have to most probably soon change it. But it is still shaving super well, super good. So once I notice it's not doing its job, I don't chuck it, I put it in a little bag. I've shown you that in a video before, because the company will take them back for recycling. And they provide you with a pre-stamped bag, so postage already paid for bag. You just Facebook them or email them and they'll supply it. I think in the new, when you get one new now, I think they already put a bag in the box now without you having to email them. So I am using today, underneath my arms, I'm going to be using the carrier oil. I could have used the coconut oil, but I've forgotten it downstairs. So I'm just using the carrier oil, which is apricot kernel oil, jojoba, coconut oil, vitamin E oil, and most probably a few other things that I've forgotten because the list is very long. But it's all good and all natural. So, now how is that for a quick one? Part number 2, done. Switch off and I'll change once again the camera angle. Okay, here we go. I'm now going to let me just take that lather off the handle. I'm just going to lather up a little bit more in here, load the brush properly. And I'm adding, what have I done here? Okay, I've got here half a teaspoon. I'm adding half a teaspoon because I still have quite a bit of soap at the bottom there. Alright, now, you know me and shavettes. I sometimes have not got the steadiest hand, so let me just make sure that this is all dry and make sure that my handle here is dry. Okay, this does make me a little bit nervous, so I'm going to put on some of my carrier oil as a pre-shave, because I really do not want to cut myself up. Okay, So this has worked for me best, is using an oil rather than something else. And let me come up close. Maybe if I don't know if you can see that, but you can see I haven't done this for a long while. So I've got quite a bit of hair there. I did it again, I dropped it into there again, didn't I? Okay. And I'm trying to work out how to stand for you guys best. Okay, if I stand here, yeah? Right, let's get some of the soap on. I only have to do the top end, as in the front, because down here I have nothing. So, okay, this is nice and slick and yet creamy. Oh, you know what, I'm just gonna, nope, that won't work either. Let's see if I can, yeah. So that's going to fall in again, isn't it? Ah, just let it fall in. Okay, here we go. So, work out the angle again. Okay, I'm going to go with the grain, and that's working a lot better. I could have added a little bit more water. I'm just going with the grain today, and I don't know, you can see that? And I've just got my flannel here. I'm just going to wipe that off on the flannel. Most important, keep the motion. Go with the flow. Be relaxed. Do short strokes. That's it, like that. And it's getting a little bit sticky, so I'm going to add a little water. Let me just get some of this out, like that. I just want to add a bit of water. That's the most important thing with these. Keep relaxed, have a light touch, and don't have the soap too sticky. Am I still in the picture? Move this up. I have lost one hair off the brush. Oops, did I catch myself? Yep, you see I dug in, I keep doing that. So I talk and I pause. That's not what you're supposed to be doing. Okay. But there we go, it's done. I missed a bit over here. There we go. That wasn't brilliant, was it? So don't stop and go like I did. That's a mistake. Yes, it's sharp. There, let's just stick that on. Right, and put some oil on. Okay, now we're coming to the hand, the left hand. So I hope it's not going to be a disaster, because I'm even more wonky with the left hand. Okay. I just want a bit more water. I don't want that much soap. Okay. So now I'm gonna have to deep breath now. So I don't do the same as I did on this arm. Oops, that's a brush hair. Did I catch my wrist? No, I didn't. Okay. That's the problem. Once you cut yourself with these, they're very unforgiving. You bleed like a pig. In truth, it's all about practice, and you've got to have the time to do it. Don't try to rush this. And normally I'm always in a rush. That's why these things happen. Okay, that one went lots better, even though I was left-handed. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I've got to use these more. Okay, let me just cleanse that off. And now I'm going to wipe this off. Strop it on the towel. And just put it here to dry. I'll lean it like that. There we go. So let's let the water out, excuse the noise. Put the oil on. There we go. And now I'm going to have to adjust once more. And then change over again. Okay. Let's clean the base and get some fresh in here. Okay, right. I won't need that much. So let's get on to this one now. This is a complete new experience. And I'm going to just adjust a little bit more the camera like that. Oops. Now it doesn't want to stay because it's naughty that way. Okay, try and fix it. The screw doesn't want to work anymore. Okay, just like that. Okay. This is still going, guys. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly put some propolis cream on there. Okay, and I still might need a little bit of paper. I don't like alum blocks really. I know they're made for purpose, but I don't really like them much. There we go. Okay, so where is it? This. So let's go. I'm going to use the rough end first. Ooh. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30-ish. That's the rough side. Now I'm going on to the smooth side. I think I'll keep it with 20, yeah? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And wiping it off. So this looks super sharp to me now. Okay, we will see, and I will come back. I'll change the angle and I'll be back in a second. Okay, here we go now. I'm hoping this is going to work out well. I am super nervous about this one. So, let's get, this is my first use ever of a straight like that. This is just water. Okay, let's get that wet. A good rub. Right, let's dry this off a bit. Get some oil on. Oops. Once again, I don't have to do the full leg on the back. I have no growth this week. Not on the front, it's come up a bit. So, let's see how this goes. Okay, I have not added any more soap. All I've done is I have just lathered up a bit more. It's all in the brush here, as you can see. Okay, let's try get up close here. Okay. As I said, I'm super nervous, so I'm not going to be talking much. Super nervous about this. Most probably would have been wiser to try off camera first, but no, I don't do that. Okay, here we go. Do I go with the grain or do I go plunge right into it? Oh, I think I'm going to be careful this time. I'm going to go with. Okay, here we go. This is a bit too sticky. Okay, let's get some more water in here. And this is a bit too sticky for my liking. This is going to be thrown out anyway to wash. Okay, here we go. With the grain is not doing anything. Okay, so that answers that question. I'm not getting anything. Right. I have to go against the grain. Okay, stop shaking and go. Oh. Cramp in the hip. Okay. Okay, I've not got the angle right. Let's put a bit more water on. I'm a bit too flat, I think. All right. Okay, it's a completely different feeling to the shavette. So now I'm a bit insecure. No, I'm not. This is not ideal, guys. I don't know. I don't want to go too deep. isn't right. Okay, here we go. That's a bit better. See, with the shavette, I would have already cut myself there. Oh, cramp. Cramp. Water. Water. Bit more glide. Okay. Bit more glide. I think for the purposes of this video, I think I'm only going to do this one leg on video, so otherwise it'll take forever. As I clearly have to practice this a lot more. The angle is completely different to the shavette. And the soap consistency also needs to be different. Okay, I think that is it, and we'll do another one soon. So I'm just going to wipe everything off and I'm going to do the other one, and I will be finishing off my legs today with this moisturizer. So that's it for today, and I'm missing you. See you soon. Okay, I am on the other leg now, and I've noticed I've just got to be a bit more taut and have a little bit more pressure than I'm used to with the shavette on here. Get out the way. So, okay. And I think what I've got to do is also not do the whole leg with soap, do it in bits. So I've actually got something to hold on to. Let's dry this bit off. Oh, that wasn't very clever, was it? There we go. Yes, it's more a scraping action with this than with the shavette. You wouldn't get away with this with the shavette. At all. Okay, so, oh, I'm running out of soap now too. There we go, it'll be just enough. So that was just enough soap for everything out the way. Have something to hold on to, dry hands. Okay. Okay. Yes, definitely a completely different angle. Now that I've done half a leg or one leg on, or half a leg on camera, half a leg off, this is definitely a completely different action. And I must say, it feels also very different to when you've done it with the shavette. So now I have first-hand experience, and it's true. These are a lot more forgiving. Right, let's see if I can just get a tiny little bit more out just here for this spot here. Okay. Oh, let me adjust my leg. And it's better when it's more liquid as well, at least for the beginning. And with the shavette, it doesn't matter if you don't straighten it like this. With this, it does. Okay, now, because I didn't show it before, let me just put this aside. I get my water, my flannel. Okay, like that. Let's have a feel. I haven't done the other leg with cream yet either. Now, this feels very different to this. Oh. Ow. Okay, let me just review this with you in a second. Why have I got a black mark here? What have I done there? Okay, let me just pause once more and get myself ready. Okay, excuse me, I need to just sit down a little bit. I'm also putting my socks back on. Okay, right. So, that was really a good shavette versus straight example for a first-time user, which I am. because I've never jumped into it. I was always way too timid to. And as you know guys, I've had this shavette for a year now, and I've been using this. I definitely now can say, unless you're very skilled, do not start with a shavette. The straights or cutthroats, also known, are definitely a lot more forgiving, and they do a great job. So I know I've only used it on my legs because I didn't want to risk cutting myself badly in my face or my and my arms. That's a good one, isn't it? So now I can't tell, one's a scratch and one's the cut. So anyway, start off with one of these, but make sure it's shave ready. I did test this out. I did take a hair and see if I could cut it this way. Yeah, so this was a really, really good test for me, and I must say my first impressions are I'm loving this more than I like this. If you haven't got time, as in relaxed time, where you can really go super slow and you get your angle right, you don't want to be doing this in between of things. So if you want to take maybe yourself out to have a bath, I don't have a bath as you know, but if you just want to take a bath and some time out, sit down, relax, you know, have the sort of spa feeling, and you're all calm, then by no means use a shavette. I have got in here a half a DE blade. You can also, this comes with, the advantage with this is it does also come with an insert where you can put an SE blade in. It's a bit too big for me and my uses, so I haven't used an SE blade in here. I do have some which I use in my Blackland Vector. The Kai ones are the best ones. This Kai Scalloped, Kai Pink they are. So that's my opinion for the first time use ever. Gone, as they say, cold turkey and tried it. Definitely this is the way to go. Even though they seem more intimidating, these actually do a lot more harm and a lot quicker. So definitely worth giving it a go, and I'll need to wash this as well. So there you saw offhand my first problems on my leg was I was going, as you could see, I was maybe going a bit too slow. My soap was maybe not quite slippery enough, and also I didn't pull it tight. The other mistake I did on the first leg was that I didn't have the angle quite right. I used the angle that I use on the shavette, which is almost flat, because if you don't, then you saw what happened here. But with that, you actually have to tilt it a bit more and have more of a scraping action. On the second leg, I think you saw that I even managed to do longer strokes. As long as you keep it taut, it's fine. Obviously with the shavette it would be better if you kept it taut as well, but if you're doing your arms, you know, you can't. How? So that was my review of that. So I hope I fitted in quite a bit, and I hope you could see struggles for someone that starts something new. And I thought it's never, we all learn from these videos. You know, and I'm not the one that practices firsthand, you know, a lot before I go on video, you know, not to shame myself or something like that. So now you can see how it is, and you also saw how nervous I was. I didn't have exactly a steady hand. Yeah, these blades, you know, as you could see, and I just stopped there, you know, stopped what I was thinking, and it dug in that, and that's how quick it happens. It will heal also super fast, but it does bleed a lot. Anyway, so what is my general overview to DE versus cartridge versus, oops, let me get them out, okay, versus any of these. Okay, well, I'm talking legs and arms now, not necessarily face, but even face might be the same. I haven't used, as I said, I haven't used the straight on the face yet. I wouldn't have dared to. This is a super fast job. If you need to get the job done and you want to do it in maybe even under 5 minutes, then this will do it and you won't cut yourself. It's reliable, okay? And I've chosen one of the most economic ones with a metal handle. So, and the company take these back for recycling. So I think that's the most economic way to go. They don't end up in landfill. So that is why I like that a lot for that reason. And if you're just thinking about it in the morning and you think, oh God, I haven't done that, just whatever. Yes, DE razors, as you saw in my previous videos, work fabulously well. They're even more eco-friendly than the cartridge razors, because all you do is you pair your blade with your razor and off you go. But also with the DE razors, from DE razor to any other safety razor, you do need to watch your angle, okay? Because with every blade gap, and I can put my finger here, I've put the blade out, with every change of blade gap you will have to change your angle. So that needs practice too, but it is the right name. It is a safety razor. It does give you safety. But beware, there are safety razors that aren't really safety razors. They're just called that, but don't have that bar. Okay, so be aware that you do get a safety razor. Also, the handle and the weight makes a big difference. The weightier it is on the head or the balance, the easier this action will be, or that way, whichever way. Yes, so you've got to find out what size diameter handle do you like, what kind of grip do you like in your hand, what length do you like, what weight head do you like, and what blades do you like with that particular razor. I choose razors that take almost every blade, okay? I don't go to the very sharp end blades. I think the sharpest I would go for on any of mine is the Nasset, Gillette Nasset, because it still works very smoothly. That's a quick overview to my DE blades. Now, let's go back to the Shavette. I'm just checking the blade. I did hone it. I didn't hone it, I stropped it a bit on the towel, as you saw. I don't know if you saw that or whether I didn't record it. I have done it previously. In this one, unless you've really got very coarse hair and a beard you want to get off, but you know, we ladies, we normally don't have that much of a beard, although some do, then I would go for the mild to mid-range DE blades on this, and it will need a lot of practice, especially if you're doing it in the face, because normally we will get the hair here and here. These are very sensitive areas, so I would suggest before you go anywhere close to your face with this, practice on your arms and your legs, because these angles if you're not practiced and you don't know your tool well, you will look like you've been through a shredder. Okay, so beware. But if you get one, a shavette, there are many out there, from really cheap to super expensive. I would suggest do not go for the really cheap ones. I would look at price range. Don't go anywhere under maybe £20, and I wouldn't, for beginners, until you really know whether you like it or not, I wouldn't go above 30 either. So between 20 and 30 you will get a super quality shavette if you want one. Look for one that has, that's why I chose this one, that has the insert also for longer blades. So check up on that. Or if you want to upgrade to that, then you can upgrade to that. Look for a good quality name like Burka, like the Samurai, like Dovo. And then I'm sure there's quite a few American ones. I don't know, because I don't know any of the American market. So those are the ones I would look out for, and if you're beginning and you're not sure, then try a cheaper one and then upgrade, rather than jumping in at the deep end and then not liking it. Shavettes. Right, I just don't want to lie the wood into the wet. I've still got a bit wet over here. Back to this, as I said, this is a Cyril and Salter. This is not a high quality one, but it's also not the cheapest. You can get super cheap ones for about, let me think, I checked out, and I think the cheapest ones I saw were around the £8 mark. No, that is too cheap. I went for this because I know I'm going to go either for a Burka or for a Dovo in the end if I liked this. So I wanted it to be the same sort of shape and the same sort of blade. I know the quality is not the same, but I wanted to go for that so that I can get used to it. That was the reasoning behind that. Also so that I can, when I'm sharpening the blade, that I can get used to this. And if I rubbish this one, well, it's not going to be too bad. Yeah, I think with one or two more uses with this on different, on my legs, and maybe try it out on the arms and even on the face, I think this is definitely something that is very good for sensitive skin. It is quite forgiving, and when I say forgiving, please don't misunderstand. You can't just go like that. It is a very sharp blade, but then one can step up to something that has quality. Another little remark on this, which I also know, you've got to practice stropping. When it comes, you've got to make sure that it is shave ready. Then you only need a strop to sharpen the blade before each use. And when I say sharpen, it's more preparation. With the lower quality ones as this, and there are many about, you can get them from, I don't know, what have I seen? I've seen some for, also, what did I say, around from £8 upwards, but I wouldn't go for the £8, as I said. The 20 mark is what I would go for the first one, even to try. Once you get a good quality one, make sure it comes shave ready. Then you only need the strop. If it's not shave ready, find someone that does it for you, as in the honing, or then you need to go into the subject of getting yourself stones to sharpen them, like proper kitchen chef's knives, and things like that. So that's this, but I think I now understand why many go for this straight style rather than shavettes. I understand it now, I've tried it. Yeah, looking forward to this adventure as well. And I should be using this a bit more too. Get more used to this one, because it's all just practice. I have waffled on quite a bit, haven't I? But I hope it was still useful. So, I wish you a happy Sunday, and I wish you're not bored out of your brains, and I hope everything's going to go well and that you can still get some fresh air and do some walking wherever you are. Be safe rather than sorry. And in these times, we've just got to change our habits. So I'll be missing you, or I am already. I won't be missing you, I am already. See you. Tomorrow's already Monday, so maybe I might be a day late, because with a lockdown changing on a daily basis, I do have deliveries to do on Monday, as in I need to go to the post office. And I don't dare pushing it up to Tuesday in case we go in complete lockdown, then I won't get my parcels out. So that means I might be doing the video on Tuesday. So please bear with me. Things might be a little bit jumbled and not exactly on time. But I'll see you soon. Bye bye.